Hey guys, it's Tilly, and a lot has changed since I last did a vlog. Things have hatched, animals have gone to the vets, and basically things have been kind of busy. But first of all, let me just get the cutest thing out of the way. My ducks, my ugly white ducks, had eggs that hatched under them. Now, the story here is that my family, our ducks, they never actually have fertile eggs. It's very rare, like it doesn't usually happen. It's mostly just eggs that end up turning rotten and we just let them sit on them. But this year, however, they decided to prove us wrong and instead decided to have 13 eggs hatch. So now we have 13 ducklings. I don't know what I'm going to do with them all. However, there is one little duckling that is my all-time favorite. This little one was rejected by its mum, and so I became its mum. And this one here is called Cameron. This little one now is about a day old. I helped it hatch out of its egg because it had taken so long that it had actually dried onto the poor one's like little head and it couldn't get out. But yeah, now he's getting stronger and better and he's gonna be amazing. And as for the rest of them, the mums don't really like me, but that's what zoom lenses are for. Okay, so can you see them? That black one there is called Spud. And I have no idea how it's black because the ducks that I have are quite clearly white and somehow it has got colour in it. And a few of them do have dark heads, so let's hope that they're going to be prettier than these red-faced ducks. So I'm just going to keep old little Cameron down here in my pocket for now because he likes his little warm cozy spaces. And we'll move on to the next critter here who has been sick these last 3 days. And not just a little sick, like life-threatening sick. So sometimes goats get this illness called bloat. And long story short, there's two types of bloats, but the type of bloat that Kell got was gassy bloat. So he managed to get stuck in my sheep pen and he ate a bunch of my sheep pellets, and having that change of diet and such a mass amount of it created extra gas in his rumen. And his rumen is like sort of like a small the stomach in goats, and that pretty much like shelves out which compartment the food goes into, and it also creates gas that expels like all where it's been fermenting and stuff like that. It's pretty confusing, but after googling it 1,000 times since having goats, I kind of understand it. And Kell got that, and the problem with bloat is that they can't expel the gas, and so their rumen just keeps on getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and eventually, if it is that bad, it can press against their lungs and their heart and kills them. So I was really concerned about Kell. His stomach was absolutely huge. So I called the vet and he said to keep an eye on him. So I started the routine care of putting a syringe of oil into his stomach filled with bicarb soda. So it's kind of like giving him the runs, but also putting like a fizzy pop kind of feel to his stomach so that hopefully it could get him to burp or to pass gas or, you know, the desirable things that you don't want to talk about. Really, Lila? Really? We did that, but unfortunately he still didn't get the gas coming through, which meant that we had to go to a vet trip because there was no way that I want to risk Kell getting sick and potentially passing away because, you know, we love him and I'm sorry. So we took him to the vet and the vet pretty much put a tube straight into his rumen, added more oil and a bloat product, and they also gave him a bunch of injections too to help him. And thank you for standing up my camera. So we came back from the vets and it did take him a few days to finally get better, but as you guys can see now, he is quite clearly happy himself and eating loads, but his stomach was about 3 times the size that it was now. Lila, you can't just rub your horns on my camera. But yes, he's finally all in the clear and we're very, very happy. So I'm inside the sheep pen where these guys aren't allowed to go, and I don't think that they fully understand that fencing is meant to stop them from coming in here. But they're still going to keep on trying. And there's George. So here's Buffy and Gertie. Both of them are like happily settled into their little home now. I'm just going to give them some food. Yes. Yummy. Gertie's still terrified of everything, but Buffy's become super friendly, so that's good. Even though she still has a stupid haircut. And if you guys wanted to see some true Australian culture, it is flip-flops and trackies and dirty ass feet. So I'm doing a little bit of experimenting at the moment. I don't know if you guys saw that little white band around the rooster's neck, but basically my neighbours have been complaining about the rooster noise, and I saw this thing online that was called a rooster collar, and although you can get it online for like hella expensive, especially shipping from America. I read up that you can make them yourself with just like Velcro straps, and so I've done it on my little roosters, including this guy here who totally wants to kill me, and so far it's actually worked. So tonight I get the fun task of trying to catch the bigger roosters to put these collars onto them, and I can already tell that they are going to kill me. I'm so scared. I currently fear for my life, and if you guys don't see me tomorrow, now you know why. It's because I have been killed by roosters. I actually already have a little story for this guy. So his egg actually started cracking about 3 days ago. Usually eggs will hatch within 24 hours. Like the chicks will be out of their shell. And this little guy was in his for a day and a half before I decided that I was going to try to help him. And good thing I did, because the inner layer of the egg had actually dried onto him, and that was why he couldn't crack out of the shell, was because it was physically hurting him to get out of it. So I kept on cracking it as I went down there every hour or so to try to loosen it a bit for him to climb out, and finally he did. In about 30-40 seconds he was straight out of the egg and looking for warmth under their mama. But unfortunately, when I went down to check later on, as this one was the latest to be born, the slowest and the smallest, the mum just kept on pecking him and trying to kick him out, and so I became his mama. But he was in a pretty scary situation where we weren't sure he was going to make it for a little bit. So I had plans to go out to do a pub crawl in the city with my family. My dad and my brother work around the mines, so they come down for 1 week every month, and usually it entails the family getting drunk because, hey, what else are you supposed to do, right? And I decided that the best way to go about this was to create a little home/warming bag thingy in my handbag for this little guy. So I had put heat packs in there and a tea towel and carried him around with me as we went into different pubs. And most of the time this little guy just slept. Even when I went into Nando's to get dinner, I stole some little bits of lettuce. Not a whole lot. He was just kind of wanting to sleep the majority of the time, and as you guys can see now, he's doing so much better. And I tried to put him back with his family this morning, but he's just bonded too much with me and just didn't want to stay with them. So now he's mine, my little baby. And you guys shouldn't worry about him being in my pocket, because these are guys' pants, which means that they have hell big pockets in them, so you can fit 3 ducklings in there, you know. Alright, bye-bye, Lila. Say goodbye, don't just scratch your head. Say bye. Say goodbye. Oh, now you want to say goodbye, huh? Good old scratch over there. Definitely feeling much better. So that is where I'm going to stop my vlog for the day, because I'm literally just going to be doing my chores now for the rest of the day, and there's not much interesting in that now, is there? But you guys have had a dose of my animals for a little while, and hopefully that'll last you guys until I do my next vlog. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a lovely day. And before I go, Christmas decorations. My mom goes crazy for Christmas. She has everything so color coordinated, so I decided to go and buy this one little ornament and put it on the tree. I'm waiting for her to notice, but she hasn't just yet. So yeah.